I just wonder, when are a lot of people in the scene going to accept the reality of our situation? Uh, I really do believe, and this is an important point I want to touch on as well. Like, things aren't going to be easy for the Ultimate community going forward after everything that's happened this year. But, there is always a dawn after the darkest day. Yo, everybody, what's going on? My name is Colinies, and welcome to a new video. Tonight, I'm recording this, and it's going to be a little bit different than a normal video. It's not really going to be scripted, and I kind of just was thinking a lot tonight about the future of Smash and the future of competitive players because, myself as a competitive player and being friends with a lot of other people in the scene, I think there's a lot that really needs to be said. And nobody's really, we lost a lot of leaders. We lost a lot of our leadership roles. And, I think a few people need to step up. And I'm just kind of here to really propose my ideas, give my thoughts on the current situation, and really send a message to, like, my fellow competitive players who still love this game and really want to not let the scene die and not let the scene, not make it through this time, because this is going to be a hard time for us. There's absolutely no doubt about that. We've all known that since the very beginning. Even before everything happened, just having to play online and not having offline tournaments. It's tough on the Smash scene because the community that we've built and the culture that we've built has really always been about, online is cool or whatever, but, what happens offline, that's what matters. And I think the culture, we're going to have to start realizing very soon that, we're not going back offline anytime soon. And, I don't think any big name in the community, I don't think any top player is going to be willing to attend locals, not only just because it poses a safety risk and, it's just not really a responsible thing to do, but also because of, the bad optics it would create on them and their brand. And all of that being considered, because, whether we want to admit it or not, that is a part of every player's decision on when it comes to, like, when are we going to go back to tournaments. And I know myself personally, there's just the risk versus reward in terms of going to an offline tournament anytime in the near future is just, it makes no sense at all. But that leaves us with only one other option, and that is, online tournaments and online play as a whole. And for good reason, I don't blame anyone for feeling this way at all, because we've all been there, and especially, I've been there too. But, online Smash Ultimate is not an amazing experience. The delay of the game already with, like, its built-in input lag, which is already too high, mixed with, the input lag caused by online, mixed with, like, people not having LAN connections, which, that's their fault, but also Nintendo's fault. And you got all these kids out here, like, my router's on the other side of my house. And, I feel you on that one. I do feel you on that one. I used to have that problem as well. But you know what I did when I had that problem? I did whatever it took to try to convince my parents to let me just move that thing to my room. Because at the end of the day, they don't really care. As long as mom's Netflix still works, as long as dad can check his email or whatever the hell is going on, they're not really going to care the same way that you should care about how good your connection is if you really do take this game serious. That's one thing. I know every situation is unique and nuanced, but as someone that was young and was in situations like that, you just got to do whatever you can. I remember we didn't have good internet when I was younger because it was really expensive, and I made a deal with a member of my family, like, if I could maintain my grades at a certain level, that they would pay for the more expensive internet. And, if you're not in a situation like that, I understand, but, if you're young and you want something, like, if you want to grow up and be an esports player, if you love Smash and you want to take it seriously, like, you got to get after it. You got to do what you can to be able to be in the best conditions possible. Other than that, I think the culture of complaining about online, it's never going to go away fully. And, with good reason, like I said before. But, this is really a message to my fellow competitive players out there watching this. What choice do we have? Like, truly, I want you to think about that. What choice do you have? If you take Smash Ultimate seriously, and maybe even seriously enough where you want to play for a living, what what decision are you going to make between either just accepting online being the way it is, accepting the way the game is? And honestly, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I know I play Young Link, who's a character who is better online, but like, if you have a good connection with someone, it's just not that bad, dude. It's just not that bad. Like, it's not good. Don't get me wrong. I'm never going to claim that it's really good. But, I mean, especially nowadays in tournaments, like online tournaments, anybody that's still out there grinding these online tournaments and have been since the beginning of quarantine will tell you, like, the conditions of the online tournaments have gotten much better. Lag testing, now with, like, the new lag testing kind of device where, like, they can see who's causing the lag. Lag testing is no longer really this bullshit game of who has better speeds and shit like that. Which just makes no sense at all. None of the no other way of lag testing makes any sense whatsoever. But thankfully, most of these tournaments that I play in nowadays have that kind of technology. And even if they don't, I just barely run into lag anymore. Like, maybe early in a bracket, because you'll probably be playing against some like kid who's playing on the portable mode or some shit. But you know, like, other than that, I'm not really running into lag a lot. I think a lot of other people have that experience. And it does happen. Like, you'll be in an intense match or something. Now game 3, all of a sudden it's stuttering, and that's just part of it, man. And we're just gonna have to. It's like you have two choices. Are you gonna adapt, or are you just gonna let it just live in your head forever? And now all of a sudden, every single time you're logging on for a tournament, you're not trying, and you're going some random character, and like you're getting 17th, and it's like, I mean, I get it, man. I do get it, but like, I just think you got to think deeply. You know, if we're stuck here playing online for another year, you know, what are you going to do for your competitive drive, improving the game? I mean, a lot of these dudes online have gotten way, way better. Since the beginning of quarantine to now, I feel like the competition online has gotten a lot harder. And are you really going to let these 16-year-old kids who are sweating their ass off every day, drinking G Fuel, fucking doing Rob Gyro combos, are you going to let those dudes become better than you? Because a year down the road from now, when offline does come back, like, yeah, you're still going to be good. You know the fundamentals. You understand the game. But the progression of the meta was happening while you were not paying attention. And all of a sudden, now you got to try to play catch-up with some dude who plays 10 hours a day and enters 7 tournaments a week. It's like, I mean, it's not easy, dude. It's not easy. And a lot of these guys have had such an advantage for so long because they got to go to offline tournaments every single weekend if they were sponsored or they were just making enough money or whatever their situation was. And a lot of other people didn't get to go to tournaments like that, so these dudes were getting way better practice, way more practice consistently. Now I feel like the tides are kind of turning. A lot of them are just sitting on the sideline, and the young kids are like rising up. And it's interesting too, man, because, you know, I heard Void say this once, and it really did speak to me in a way where it was like, dude, like, if you are somebody who took this game very seriously at offline tournaments, you know, like, every single week you're traveling to 3-4 tournaments a week, sitting in the car for multiple hours, or, you know, using half your bank account to fly halfway across the country, and then you might just get fucking 65th, you might just get shit on, and then all of a sudden now it's like, how are you gonna get to your next tournament and things like that. You know, I'm playing these Wi-Fi tournaments, I'm streaming, able to make a decent living off streaming, while at the same time playing in tournaments, having a chance to win decent money. I mean, that's another thing we can get into with prize money. It's going to be a while until sponsors probably re-enter our scene. It's just something we're going to have to live with. But, you know, most Smash players, we don't play for money. But, you know, if you're not playing Wi-Fi tournaments because of the money, it's like, turn on your stream and start growing your community, man. And don't turn your shit off right when you lose. Like, you gotta, if you want to live off of Smash, or there's just not enough money in these online tournaments, I mean, I know personally you're not getting money from tweeting. You know what I mean? Like, you could get a funny tweet with 10,000 likes and you're getting 0 cents. You're not posting YouTube videos, you're not streaming. You know, it's just, you have a chance to sit in your room, in your chair, you know, order food, sit here, stream, play in a tournament, potentially win money. If you don't win, okay, now it's like, you're still in your room. You're not going to have to fly back or drive back. And I mean, I just wonder when are a lot of people in the scene going to accept the reality of our situation? I really do believe, you know, and this is an important point I want to touch on as well. Like, things aren't going to be easy for the Ultimate community going forward after everything that's happened this year. But, you know, there is always a dawn after the darkest day. And I believe in this community that, you know, now that we've weeded out a lot of the toxic culture that had been built up over the years, this really can be a new, fresh start for Ultimate. And, you know, we need role models. We need people to step up. We need whoever that next TO is going to be, who rises up and just runs really solid online tournaments and goes out there and gets that sponsor and runs things consistently and has a solid stream and does all that work. You know, Gimmer will pay you whatever money he's paying people to upload your videos. You know, you're going to get something for it. Now you've risen up and, like, made a name for yourself. Now people, when offline tournaments come back, you might get hit up by Evo or Genesis or something like that. You know, this is a chance for a lot of different people, for commentators who could never get a slot at an offline major. I mean, there's a lot of new commentary slots open because most of these guys are not going to do online tournaments. You know, I don't blame them, but, you know, if you're a commentator trying to get your name out, now's a good time to step up. And if you're a player, especially if you are a player, if you are somebody who's putting in work, going deep in online tournaments, showing people you're behind the scenes, not being toxic, not being like someone that is going on Twitter every single day and complaining, but you're just putting your nose down. You're like, you know what, this is the reality of our situation. I'm just gonna work hard. I'm gonna show my love for the game. Because at the end of the day, people in this community, if there's one thing I've responded to, it's a common love of Smash Brothers. And it's because we love it that we complain so much, right? It's because we want to see it get better. But people get tired of complaining, man. People get tired of it. The things that motivate people, the things that move people, the things that make you as a person, you as a player resonate with people is, despite things being hard, you still went out and did it anyways. You know, I think that's true in a lot of things in life. And if you're somebody in the scene right now that wants to make their name, you know, wherever you are at skill level wise, you know, if you want to have a chance to be one of the big names when this whole thing comes back to when we've rebounded to a point where, and I do believe this can happen as long as people do step up and truly want it, you know, if you get yourself to a position where you become a leader, a role model, someone that inspires people in the Smash community, you know, when things do eventually pop off, which I'm, you know, wanting them to do, I think it's possible. We have such a big player base. You know, obviously it's going to take a long time for us to regain the respect of the esports community, but 2 to 3 years in esports is a long time, and it's not a long time. It's a lot of time for us to make steps forward, to put ourselves back out there, and then potentially have more sponsor money coming in, potentially have, you know, whatever it is, more eyes on our community, and we could even have a really nice comeback story. And I'm convinced, I'm bought in that I want to be a part of that. If you're a player in the scene and you don't want to be a part of that, I can't blame you, and I respect that decision. But if you're somebody that's just sitting on the fence right now, you know, I'm not going to judge you, but I'm just going to tell you right now, it's like, it's time to make your choice, man, because another year in purgatory is not a desirable outcome, because trust me, I've been there before. I think it's time for you to either go all in or just drop out. Like, if you're just a casual observer of the scene, that's fair. I just think it's time. Like, people got to start making their decisions. Online is our new reality for now, and I just say we either need to make the most of it, or we just have to accept that we don't care if the community thrives or not. And momentum is huge in esports. Momentum is everything. And taking a complete year off where nobody cares about Smash, there's no big tournaments happening, the big names are just not really into it, I just don't know if we can afford that. I don't know if we can actually, if we can rebound from that. You know, we might go the way of a Halo or a Gears of War. Not that those aren't great games or great communities, but, you know, they lost momentum and they just were never able to regain. So I guess at the end of this video, really all I want to say is I'm trying to provide a bit of a sense of direction for some of those people out there that may feel lost, or may just feel like, you know, okay, this has been 6-7 months of this, like, what are we going to do? Because the reality is, man, the situation, especially in the United States, is just, it's not getting any better, and it probably won't for a while. And, you know, I'm hopeful that it will. I'm not going to be, like, a super pessimistic person, because I just don't really think we have anything to gain from nihilism right now. And I guess I'm trying to provide a bit of an alternative perspective to that. But yeah, man, thank you guys for watching. Feel free in the comments to let me know what you think. I'm definitely interested in engaging in the dialogue about this. I stream 6 days a week, Tuesday through Sunday on Twitch. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to come through in my chat. I always try to respond to everybody as much as I can. But yeah, man, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you taking the time out of your day. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.